Hey everybody, we are the Killigans from Lincoln, Nebraska, and we are excited. What you guys are going to watch right now is a pre-recorded live concert event that we did for the Halfway to St. Paddy's online festival with for PaddyRock.com.
Yeah.
We want to thank Phil Duckworth. He is a man of many talents and convictions, and he has a mighty beard like a dwarven prince.
We've met him one time.
Yeah, but we're pen pals on
Yes.
Facebook now, so he's a good friend of
Apparently
mine.
you are.
Yeah. So thanks a lot to Phil for setting this up, wrangling all the bands and putting us all together. You guys are, if you guys haven't already been watching, this whole festival is going to be a pretty cool deal. There's some pretty big names.
We did do this live. We did do this live, but
Yeah.
it's not coming to you live. So we don't want you to think that we sat here and mixed everything perfectly. There's a lot of missed notes. Some of it's sloppy. So especially him. But as you know, we worked pretty hard to get the best sound to you guys. We thought that would be better than us standing around one mic on a cell phone. So so that's why it looks and sounds like it does.
Yeah, look, the reality is that the world is a crazy, weird, messed up place right now, and a lot of us who wish that we were out playing shows and entertaining all of you guys live, we can't do it. And so we have decided to do the next best thing, which is to record ourselves and get it out to you guys to enjoy. So we hope you guys have a good time watching it. Take care of yourselves. And again, thanks a lot to Phil Duckworth, all the other bands, and PaddyRock.com. Enjoy.
There's a fire in the streets, as I'm burning low. This town big down, chewed up, hot springs from the underground. Open water failed, sails down in the dying light. 15 guns, burned on deck, climb aboard and hide no more. Come to take your rights away, knock them down, knock them down. Come to start a fight today, knock them down, knock them down. Hey. Rise or fall, we will stand up tall. Battle drums pierce the morning air. By the dawn's first light, we'll have won this fight. Revolution rising, there's no turning back from here. Come to take your rights away, knock them down, knock them down. Come to start a fight today, knock them down, knock them down. Come to take your rights away, knock them down, knock them down. Come to start a fight today, knock them down. Knock them down.
All right, guys, tell us what's been going on with the Killigans after COVID hit in March.
Well, I mean, like a lot of other bands, not as much as we'd like to. We can't play shows, really. So we redesigned our practice space into a DIY studio. We've been doing a lot of writing, recording. You got a new job, right? Yeah.
Yes. I've been working the whole time. I think most of us have, other than Brad. But yeah, maybe you worked. I don't know.
I don't either.
We don't remember. Next question.
Next.
All right, I'm ready now. An ancient promise, softly beckons, like an old forgotten song. My whole life I've on escape, I've kept my distance. Past transgression, hold me down to the river where I'll drown. Recollect faces of those bygone days.
What's another one of your favorite songs you guys are going to play for us?
Oh, one of my favorite songs that the Killigans plays at all is called "The Throes of Misery." It's always been one of my favorites. It's got a bit of a different feel than a lot of our other stuff. Chris put it on one of our previous albums, and it's got a very like dark, driving feel. It's slower tempoed, but it's still got a lot of energy behind it, and it's always been a lot of fun for me to sing and for us to play in general. So I really like it.
Yeah, it's kind of got a weird, like you said, Middle Eastern-y kind of feel. Funny story, I basically got that melody from sitting on hold for an insurance claim like 10, 12 years ago. I kind of heard this song playing on the recording on the phone, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a good melody, and I hummed it into my phone. It wasn't exactly that melody, but it's what kind of gave me the inspiration for that. So it's not a real great inspiring story, but I was on hold with an insurance company when that one struck. So.
Do you know what song, like the actual song was?
I don't. No. But I think it was progressive.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite songs that you're going to play here live tonight?
Oh, that we've done for this. I don't know, Bob. What's one of yours?
I'd say my favorite's probably Martyrs. It has a really good bouncy feel to it. It's got good energy behind it. It's one of those great punk rock songs that has like good dance appeal to it, but also has good like kind of raw energy behind it. So every time we play that one, I always feel like it's got a good bounce to it.
Setting sun, another wasted summer's day, another loaded gun that's welling up inside of me, begging me to hit the lonesome road tonight. There's no way out of a cornered life. You're caught in someone else's dreams with a broken knife. No time to take a look around. I feel the pressure closing in.
right, so the other day we put out a request on Facebook, wanted to know some questions you guys might have for us, and you guys really didn't do a good job because there was like no responses. I think only friends and family responded because they felt bad. But
yeah, we did get, thank you very much, Killigans Nation, when we said please submit questions, like 150 of you liked it, but
But
no
you
one
couldn't think
commented.
anything
You
good.
didn't ask any questions.
so thanks for nothing.
Yeah, you really let us down.
But I am going to read a couple here. This first one is from Al Chambers. Don't know who that is. Actually, no, we do know Al. Al's our friend from Lincoln. He asks, who is the oldest person you've seen in a mosh pit in 2020?
Yeah, now Al, in 2020, it might have been Al. Al, I think it might have been you. But you're not the oldest
doubt
person we've seen in a mosh pit,
No.
period. There have been other people older than you, Al. I'm sorry. Who?
One. Okay, so there's a couple guys in Lincoln here, scene veterans, like just awesome dudes. Usually hang out down at the Zoo Bar, and they've been coming to our shows for 12, 15 years since the beginning.
Yeah.
So the first one I want to talk about is Hardy Holm. Really great dude. Always got a jean jacket on. I don't know how blind he's definitely legally blind because he's got a assistant cane thing, but he gets in the mosh pit without any vision and somehow makes it out alive. I've seen him get knocked over at shows before. Everyone helps him back up as you're supposed to. But yeah, that dude still, I don't know how old he is, but I know he's older than you, Al. Who else we got?
Les Murphy.
Yeah.
Les has been a fan of the band since the beginning days, going back, 15 plus years. And he's a hard charging farmer. He comes in out of the fields and jumps right into the pit. He's a lot of fun to have around. And he's got a bit of a Charlton Heston vibe, which I've always really appreciated about him.
Both good dudes.
Yeah.
Yep.
75?
He's 75 years old.
Wow.
One, two, this is the first track. You noticed that though, huh? I didn't think it was noticeable. These empty streets don't speak to me no more. These city lights, they got nothing more in store. I see my youth stand still on Independence Avenue. These roads that don't lead me home. And as the years drift by, those days we took for granted return to us no more. Those times we've lost, they fade, they bleed together. Times we shared so long ago. Those days when time stood still, we thought they'd last forever. Now we remember them no more. Let's get it right. Another round for the summer heart. One run when the waves come crashing down. We never had it all so bad. Big spikes on the skirts of a bleeding town. When endless nights grow cold, we run the empty streets and left our troubles
Tell us about the worst live show you've ever seen.
Seen or played?
Yeah, that's
Seen. Ever gone to?
the worst live show we've ever seen. So there's this band called Flatfoot 56. I'm just kidding. Man, that's tough.
I'd say Piss Jar.
Oh, yeah. We were in Colorado Springs a while back, and we played with a band called Piss Jar, who, I mean, they may have been a great band. We weren't paying that much attention, but because we were busy eating way too much, probably. But I just remember I don't know. Do you remember the story, Trevor? Something to do with a pitcher of water, and they were throwing it at the crowd, trying to hit the crowd, and the crowd wasn't really happy about it. I'm pretty sure the pitcher came back up on stage a couple times, but yeah, that was interesting.
I forgot all about that. No, the crowd did not think that they were charming or endearing at all. That was pretty rough. It's rough to see a crowd turn on the performing act. They seem like nice guys. It was pretty rough. Bob, how about you? You've seen a lot of bands. What's the worst show you've ever seen?
The worst show I've ever seen was probably one I played because they were never very good. I remember playing a Halloween show behind the Big Apple in Kearney. There used to be a house out there, and they had multiple kegs. And the first band, the guy was so drunk he could barely play, and then he whipped it out middle of the set.
Whipped
it out and
windmill.
shook it angrily at the crowd
Yeah.
for much longer
Yeah.
than you think that could happen.
Yeah.
And then he
That's a
fell
good one.
over.
That's
You
pretty
probably,
good.
I think he might have thrown up too right outside the stage.
That reminds me, I also, one time, twice, there's a local band, regional band called The Rumbles. I have seen The Rumbles twice, once at the Hall County Fair in Grand Island and once at the casino in Omaha. And
It's pretty bad.
electric drums. Yeah, not
Yeah.
good.
I did see Vince Gill at the Hall County Fair in like 1996. And you know what? It was a treat. I loved every second of it.
Bartender, pour a drink for me. Make it two, it's been a hell of a week. Set me up, but don't let me down. The bartender just one more round. May these other ones last just one more night. Deliver us all from hell. May your very own souls stay certified. Bartender, save us now. Just one more drink. I need a girlfriend now. You wanna better than me? Don't cut me off. I still got my feel good tonight. Yeah, bartender, you gotta tell me everything's gonna be alright. May these old ones last just one more night. Deliver us all from hell. May your very own soul stay certified. Bartender, save us now. Bartender, pour a drink for me. Make it two, it's been a hell of a week. You set me up, but don't let me down. Bartender, just one more round. May these old ones last just one more night. Deliver us all from hell. May your very own soul stay certified. Bartender, may these old ones last just one more night. Deliver us all from hell. May your very own soul stay certified. Bartender, save us now. Bartender, save us now. Bartender, save us
So what's coming up next in the next 6 months to a year for the Killigans?
Besides really making you angry all the time, something else? All right. Well, what do you think, Brad?
Well, with the Killigans or in the world, I mean, because we have an election in November, and I'm told all of our problems will be taken care
That's
of.
an important
November.
election coming
It is.
up. But what we're doing is slowly working our way back into shows, outdoor shows right now, probably scaled back some Oktoberfest this fall. And we're slowly working on a new album, trying to finish it up. And then just kind of trying to get through all the crap that's going on in our town and get to a point where things are open back up maybe. I've been working on a vaccine that's almost ready to give to Brad, but not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, everything's weird right now with, we kind of have to go almost one day at a time. Nebraska is in a little bit of a different situation than a lot of other places in the United States and elsewhere because there are so few people. And so we're able to do a little bit more here than maybe some other places can. So yeah, we're going to try to finish the album. Bob, what are you doing?
I'm just living.
Taking out a luck kid with the weight of the world crashing down on the backs of his shoulders. White trash girl with no high school degree, getting married in a local bar. Neither one had a plan or a helping hand. No one there to guide their way on the road to look back on this dead end town. They're gonna burn that bridge today. Around midnight, Charlie quits for the night. Around 4 a.m. they turn in. Another road full till they try to wake them up, but they were both drinking whiskey and gin. Headed west to the hills down the back roads lane, but just a prayer and haven't taken gas. Both back home, they just shook their heads. Those damn kids just had a chance. No one there to bail them out this time. No one there to lean on to. No one there to cast. Checking on the little upstart family. Around midnight, they call the crits for the night. Around 4 a.m. they turn in. A little road full till they try to wake them up, but they never fight for the whiskey and gin. Took a job tending bar at a local pub for $35 a day. Overnight at the train yard packing freight. He never pictured it like this way, but now he's got to kiss a fade. A mortgage that can't be late on his own. Won't look back, better luck tomorrow. Gonna fight for one more day. Around midnight, calling quits for the night. Around 4 a.m. they turned in. A little road full till they try to wake them up, but they never put bourbon, whiskey and gin. Around midnight, calling quits for the night. Around 4 a.m. they turned in. A little road full till they wake them up, but they never put bourbon, whiskey and gin.
So tell us about the next song you're going to play.
Yeah, so the next song on this recording that you guys are going to hear is called The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. And the reason that we put that on this particular project is Phil, our man Phil Duckworth over at Paddy Rock, he pointed out that the 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And on top of the fact that everything I sing, I tend to kind of sound like a pirate, this one specifically has a bit of a sea shanty feel to it, about as close as to a seafaring song as some guys from Nebraska are going to probably get. So we included it on this recording for that reason. What else do you want to say about it?
This song was kind of, I don't know, this is a couple years old, but one of our favorite songs to play live. It's just kind of got that dark sea shanty feel, like he said, but kind of was a collaboration between my brother Pat and I, who you might see in the corner playing his accordion. But he wrote this song. He wrote the music for the song in Kearney, down the interstate from us, and we kind of took it and put words and a verse and chorus to it, and that's kind of how it ended up.
They say a black soul wears a white shirt. Beneath the skin shoe, malevolence will hide. Look a man on the eye as he stands on your back and keep your company. Always in shirts of black. Your hatred pulls you down to the cold and grind. Relenting grip subdues your cry. A woman's fueled by desperate days. Eternally recall your life. Your life slips by between the devil and the deep blue sea. Between the devil and the deep blue sea. Between the devil and the deep blue sea. Between the devil. A man can never know how well his ship floats. The mother of almighty souls may drag the bastard down, sinking ships in the night. Float with all of their will. May they never die with wild man at the helm. Well, come away with me to the ends of the sea and leave behind land's title and your shame. Hang one foot in the grave, toast the land to better days. Forgive our enemies, but don't forget the name. Between the devil and the deep blue sea. 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 Ignorance knows no boundaries. Deliver ourselves from wrong. Pestilence grows between us as the reverence now is gone. Black souls, white shirts, your sins will drag you down. Black souls, white shirts, your sins will drag you down.
What bands are out there right now that you guys are listening to?
Oof. I've been digging that band Grade 2 a lot lately. Really like those guys. Just a three-piece kind of throwback, old school kind of punk band. I think they're out of England somewhere.
They're good.
Just some kids out there playing simple stuff and really catchy stuff. So I really like those guys.
Yeah. Bob, how about you?
The band I probably listen to, just straight listen to albums to most right now is a band, big out of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, called Multicult. I just can't get enough of it. Their bass player is so amazing. Like, I could just listen to just the solo tracks of her bass lines the whole time. Cleaning the house today, I listened to 2 albums worth of just that, and that's what I focus on. I've been listening a lot to a lot of Belgian hardcore bands. Rob Heese is a big one. Hetzy is another one. Rob Heese is really good. If you were into Reproach, it's basically that. And then the first Poison Idea EP. That's what I've been listening to.
Wow. Well, as the resident uncoolest person of the band, I kind of like country music. And I've been listening to a guy for a while named Coulter Wall. He's actually Canadian, and he kind of has a little bit of a Johnny Cash vibe going, old-fashioned country and western sort of thing. And then he actually came through here on tour right before the world ended. I think it was the first week in February. And his opening act was this dude named Vincent Neil Emerson. And he's been coming up through. It's kind of this like alt country. Hey, these guys hang out with Willie Nelson and that sort of a crowd.
All right, so another question from the internet. This is from Nikki Smith. Thanks, Nikki. She asks, what are everyone's day jobs and are there any side gigs where we can support y'all? Etsy, OnlyFans, Twitch. I don't know what those things are. But what I do for my
video games,
for my real job, like my third one in the last year, I kind of do, it's not important. So I do engineering on biological equipment. So what about you, Brad?
It doesn't sound as impressive as engineering on biological
Starting
equipment.
off at the top.
Yeah. Well, when I'm not assisting Chris in engineering biological equipment, I'm actually an elementary special education teacher. So that's what I do. Yeah. Right here in the Belmont neighborhood.
Heroes. He's a hero.
Yeah, we're essential.
Yes.
Bob, what about you?
I work for an early education nonprofit. Majority of my work is writing grants, reporting on grants, researching foundations.
Also hero.
And then Trevor is a college professor. He heads up the motorcycle school of motorcycle repair for one of the colleges here in town, which is pretty impressive. You want to talk about Greg?
Greg works for a small town here in Nebraska called Seward, and
The incident commander?
yes, he's a very important person in Seward.
Yeah.
And if he wants to tell more about his job, I will let him do that because I don't want to get sued.
He's basically Rob Lowe from Parks and Rec.
Yes, he is.
Is what his job is.
What about, what does Pat do?
Pat is an orchestra teacher in Kearney, Nebraska. That's why he's on the corner of the screen as you guys are watching him tonight. But he's very well respected in his field.
Way more than we are.
And so he teaches orchestra, but he's taught band and music, and he's done
Marching band, middle school band lessons.
He is the classically trained musician in the band. And then Mike, I'm going to tell you, I don't actually know what Mike does.
We don't know what Mike does.
He has a computer,
Yep.
and he's been at home for 8 months. So I don't know.
Mike does some hacking.
Trevor, what does he do?
He's a hacker.
Yeah, he works for
He works for a company here in town, and he does a lot of the computer infrastructure and stuff like that for them. So it's something that's over our
He's
heads.
not cold calling.
All I know is that every morning Mike texts the band and he says, "Another hard day at work, bros," and it's just a picture of a can of Trulies on his bathroom sink.
Chips it down to 6 I socket space a crowd. Permission slips around for all opinion not allowed. Newly addressed, we must regress. We're all a goddamn guarantee. And as you scatter and get back to work, that's when the real mission begins. This high prototype machine stings and jerks, then miraculously capers away all sin. Chosen one, community's overrun, it's scorching in the burning sun. You said that our world was flat, our trust and an aristocrat. Take some responsibility for the more you knew what you signed up for. So dump your car on the side of the road, buzz up and prepare to start a fight. You won't need Rosie where we're going to go. We're holding candles to the devil tonight. I never said this would be positive. I simply promised it'd be huge. And that it is, and that it is. Oh, you stupid coffee boiler, can't do shit about it now, so sit it out. Let the crowd go answer with the air. Let them push me in chairs. Let the groups of Killigans survive to get their whole lives on it. A steaming pile of bullshit.
And everybody, what do we think of it? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Well planned.
You guys are my best friends. Thanks for participating.
I'm glad I wasn't in that.
Alright, so thanks again, you guys. We are the Killigans. Thanks a lot to Paddy Rock Radio and our man Phil Duckworth for having us out there. You guys stay safe. It's called The Bottoms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Crawling from the rubble at first, you just thank God you're still alive, cause you know you should be dead. forsaken.